Today I'm in zombie strike mode. I don't normally put a video up on this, but today I've managed to come into this mode with two teammates, the Foaminator and Foamaggedon, both very good players. So let's see what difference that makes to how we play. I normally load in with bots, and my strategy is to just let the bots get killed nice and quick so that I can find myself a survival corner. Then all the zombies will swarm on me and I can just take them out. In this case I need to actually try and defend my teammates, so we're going to go with auto fire off, and we're going to make use of the ricochet ability to shoot around the corner of that maze. I can see my teammates moving on, so I need to move with them. And notice how Foaminator's moving around the outside of the perimeter, which is what I also do when I play this mode. You're far less likely to get completely overwhelmed and swarmed. And as you can see now, we're right next to my usual survival corner for Zombie Map 2. But I'm keeping an eye on where my teammates are and moving around based on what they're doing rather than just hiding. There's no point in me surviving to the end of the round if both my teammates get taken out. This does of course make me more vulnerable to being attacked from the back though, so I just need to have that extra awareness, and hopefully my teammates will have my back just the way I'm going to have their back. So Foaminator and I are doing a good job there of taking care of that swarm. Now I'm going to move to a higher vantage point and see what's going on. So I can see I've got both Foamaggedon and Foaminator in the middle, and unfortunately Foamaggedon gets taken out, so he's lost one of his lives, but he should have two left. And I'm getting hit from the back now. I have to use that shield to stop myself from dying. That definitely would have been a clown baby death there. And you can see we've got Foamaggedon under the kosh, and we managed to save Foamaggedon. And now just relying on our teammates to have the other side of our back, and that works nicely. So everybody surviving that little encounter there. Foamaggedon really low on health now and using that shield to survive, so we just need to try and get to them. Unfortunately the maze stops us from having direct line of sight, and Foamaggedon gets taken out once that shield goes down. Sorry about that, Foamaggedon. I'm not familiar enough with that little maze to have navigated it quickly enough to have saved you there, so apologies. Foamaggedon unfortunately spawning right next to two zombies who ambush him and take him out. Still, we get the victory and we get 23 for the bonus points. That's very good. I've never broken plus 30 points before. Right, we've loaded into Zombie Map 1. As we know on this map, we've got a survival corner which I'm going to beeline for. I spawn next to it, so that's nice and easy for me. So from this point, I can just get lines of sight onto where I know the spawn points for the zombies are and provide supporting fire using the Rivonics. And as you can see, Foaminator and Foamaggedon both knowing that this is the place to come, and they've focused on this area as well. Foamaggedon's taken that ghoul grinder to the other side of the fence, presumably going to put their back to the fence so that they don't get attacked from any other angles, but that is a more vulnerable position to take, although the healing and melee ability of that ghoul grinder will mitigate it somewhat. Still, we're going to have to try and focus on making sure that Foamaggedon doesn't get taken out from that position. I've got Foaminator behind me, sniping. I know that Foaminator is going to be fine back there. No zombies are going to spawn to our right hand side, so he's not going to get ambushed whatsoever, and he can just focus on sniping. I can stand and take the kind of front line for the gate area, and then obviously we've got Foamaggedon running around using the ghoul grinder. So he's run back to base with us now, so quite heavy incoming from the zombies there, but we take them all out comfortably using teamwork. These two zombies spawning here just to the right of the gate. That is a common spawn point for the zombies, and once you get to the point where you're defending the base, that should normally be the first area that you turn and focus your fire on, then turning back and fighting towards the stairs. They're either going to come from directly in front of you next to the bridge, or from the top of the bridge and down the staircase themselves. They shouldn't come from your left hand side unless one of the zombies gets knocked off the bridge by the hammer, which happens occasionally. Then sometimes it will come from the left hand side, so just something to be aware of. But if you've got your shield, that can save you from any oops moments. And if you've got teammates like I've got, well, I can see where Foaminator is shooting, so I don't need to worry about that side as much. I can focus more on this side. And you can see Foamaggedon tries to run into that lot there, and using the ghoul grinder to great ability. So it doesn't get taken out, doesn't need the shield, and we get the victory. That was really well played. And plus 43, that is incredible. That is the most victory points I've ever had. A testament to all three of us working together, and none of us took a single death either, so that was perfect. So we're back in Zombie Maze 2 now, so this doesn't have an area to defend quite like that. And I normally hang out in this area, but I've noticed Foaminator and Foamaggedon don't flock to this area, so I need to be more reactive to what they're doing. I can't just stand here. Well, I could, but it wouldn't be very good teamwork, really. So I can survey the battlefield from this area, I can see everything that's going on, but ultimately I need to be ready to move if my teammates need me. At the moment, we've got all three of us held up in different positions on the map and surviving quite well, so I can see the area that Foaminator is there just to my right hand side by the stairs. That's not a bad place to put your back to, but generally I'd like to defend that area with 2 players rather than 1. The area I'm in can be comfortably defended by 1 player, and I cannot tell where Foamaggedon is. He's completely on the opposite side of the battlefield, presumably in that little corner where the grass maze is, I'm guessing. But either way, all 3 of us are surviving so far, so not to worry, but we do need to be ready to move. So Foamaggedon standing directly next to a common spawn point for zombies. There's another common spawn point just to my left hand side, and I didn't realise that I didn't take the zombies out there, and they ambushed me. Didn't hit the shield in time, so I've had to come back in with the Ultra 1. I've hit the invisibility to give me time to switch on auto fire mode without having to worry about getting killed. Okay, so now we see where Foaminator is. He's moved over to where I was, so this is great. We can defend this point really, really easily with 2 players. So he's moved to this side of the battlefield, presumably saw me get taken out and decided to come and help. So yeah, from here we should be fine. And it looks like Foaminator's using the Rivonics, so I don't have to worry about not having the Rivonics. I can just rely on the Ultra 1. This has got the reload trick, so if you take out a zombie and you've got darts in your blaster, it'll put an extra 5 darts in, and it also heals you every time you get a kill. So once again, all 3 of us getting the win and plus 25 victory points, very nice. Back into Zombie Maze 1, let's see if we can beat that plus 43, so we're going to start with the Rivonics. And I quickly realised I forgot to turn auto fire back off again, so doing that quickly before the match starts, and now comfortably get to fight our way around. We can see that we've got a line of zombies coming here, take them out very easily. There's our survival corner. We'll go and stand there and just kind of provide support in fire. So you can see Foaminator's already moved his way over here. Foamaggedon's on the other side of the battlefield, once again using that dual grinder. So he's gone into the other corner, it looks like. And you can see he's now making his way over towards us, which is much better for us in terms of trying to take zombies out. If we're on separate sides of the battlefield, the zombies are going to split in the directions that they run. If we're all in the same area, all the zombies are going to run towards us together, which makes it quicker for us to take out each wave, which increases the amount of victory points we get. So you can see once again, Foaminator has got his back to the fence and he's using the dual grinder there. I'm just focusing on the spawn point, so once I know that the zombies are taken out to the right, I know that they're going to be coming from in front of us. And I can use that little pillar in front of me to also ricochet darts off if I don't want to move around. Because what I want to try and avoid doing is getting in Foaminator's line of sight and preventing him from sniping. So you can see I can just use the ricochet ability there, that's really good. And then I can just, all I have to do is turn slightly to the right hand side, so I can take out those zombies as they spawn. And then once again just turn and ricochet the darts to the other direction. So all 3 of us are in stable positions and now working very, very effectively as a team. We've got 30 seconds left to go.
Fighting back with fire and will. Built a fortress in the dark, fortified by every spark. Ambush planned with laser sight, turn the tide within the night. From the brink we made our stand, with precision in our hands. Every shot a mark of skill, fighting back with fire and will.
And that gets us the victory there, so we pick up an additional 38 victory points, and that's a zombie event completed in just 4 matches. Well played, lads.